Hey, I wanted to take a minute to talk about my newest printable Oracle deck, which is called Intuitive Messages Oracle. Sometimes I'd have a reading and I'd pull my tarot cards, pull my Oracle cards, and I kind of want to just, I don't know, a simple message that could help me guide the current a little bit further as to what would be helpful for them to think of, to do, to focus on, just a little extra message. And so that's where this came from, these intuitive messages in each of these cards. Now, a lot of them are things that I say, but also as I was creating this deck, I tapped into the spiritual energy and just sort of tried to channel different messages that would be helpful for me to include in this deck. Now there are, I don't remember how many cards are in this deck. It's once you print it, it's a good amount, maybe 50. Sorry, I don't remember. I'll have to check it and write it in the description of the video. Now, I tried to make it simple to print and not having to worry about the backs of the cards. So it's just a little simple back there. And I have some printing instructions included when you download the deck to help you with that. Now, this is a free download, at least for now. I wanted to give it as a gift. I am turning 40 this year, and instead of giving me a gift, I'm giving you a gift. Yay! All right, so just gonna flip through these a little bit, I'm just gonna flip through it so that you can see the messages that are on it. And all right. Now, again, I can't help but get fancy. I couldn't just use one font and in a simple, centered message. I can't help but get fancy with the design, with the way the words are, with the way that the words are arranged on the card, the font that I'm using, all of it. I'm way too nerdy about design to keep it simple. But it also, in my opinion, helps to give a feeling to the message, to further the actual meaning of the words and the sentences that are on the cards. I just can't help but get fancy with it. Even for a simple printable deck like this. Honestly, if I were, and I may very well create a physical deck in that you can purchase from me, like my other two, 42 Answers and Abstraction. And if I do that, then definitely these will get much fancier in their design with different colors, textures added. If you've seen 42 Answers, you'll know what I mean by the colors and the textures. However, since this one is printable, I wanted to keep it simple, black and white, so that it doesn't use up too much of your printer ink, because it's kind of a bummer if you're trying to print something that uses up all of that ink, even if it's, something as cool as a printable deck. I find that I prefer them simpler, because who needs to be spending all that money on printer ink? Okay. Now, some of these messages can be advice for what might be helpful for you to do now. Do something else for a while, let it go. Some of them may be concepts. Boundaries sometimes look like selfishness from the outside. Things to consider. And, they can be advice for going forward. Just things to ponder, ways that you can dive deeper into your shadow work, deeper into your inner work, understand your underlying emotions. So it's a little bit of a mixture. Honestly, a lot of these are all of the above. Messages, concepts, advice. Some of them maybe lean more heavily towards one kind, but they're all helpful in the same sort of way to help you figure out how to move forward, because I find that to be so important to get out of a reading. You know, when I give one, when I get one, I want some practical advice for how I can take the information that came to me or that I've given in a reading, and what can I do with that? What can you do with that? You know, and that's part of what these cards were meant to help you with, meant to help give in a reading. Oh, sorry, I'm so shaky. I kind of just seem to not help it. Okay. So there you go. That was Intuitive Messages Oracle, which you can download for free on my website. I will include the link in the description. And yeah, I hope you'll enjoy it.